Let's draw a face. Actually, let's draw a superhero team. No, but actually it's also a face. Well, hello there, I'm Détroit. I have no words to explain this drawing prompt I came up with today, and yet I'm still gonna explain it to you. I had the idea of drawing a face that isn't actually a face. What if all the elements of a face were separated, but still together? Like, instead of being inanimate and plastered on the same head, these elements are alive on their own and have come together as a superhero team. I had a bit of trouble transferring this drawing idea from my mind into the canvas. It took 3 different sketches, some more complete than others, and 2 of which I have recorded for your viewing pleasure. Having individual elements of a face means designing 3 to 4 characters interacting with each other. Because I still want them to be a face when they are together, it also implies drawing a very cool superhero pose. Not gonna lie, a big inspiration for this drawing comes from all the hero teams like Power Rangers and stuff. They always try cool poses together. By having elements of a face, it's only natural that they form a giant face. I haven't given their team a name yet, so I'll let you decide in the comments what their collective name should be. Very much like a hero team, they each have roles and characters. So let me introduce their leader. Nose is the leader. He's in the center position, it's only fair. He's the smarter out of all of them. Now, you may notice that the nose part of his body is way too big. His hands almost can't reach because of the nose, so he has to resort to kicks to fight. One thing I had trouble deciding was where to put Nose's weapon on the design. I couldn't decide the hand posture, for example, and since his weapon is comprised of 2 half-stash blades, I ended up putting them on his shins. So basically, he jumps about, kicking and slicing enemies with his stash blades. Next up is the second of command, Mouth. Mouth is definitely the physically stronger out of the 4 of them, but she's shy and simply listens to Nose. She's by far the tallest, with the largest reach, because we all love our tall queens. Important to note, the teeth that will appear on her are simply a pattern of her outfit. Mouth doesn't have weapons. She crushes enemies with punches and kicks. One of her defining show kill techniques is called lip service. In effect, she just suplexes the enemy into oblivion, crushing them to death. So far we have the smart and cocky leader, the gentle but insanely strong second in command, and so we are missing the specialist. The eyes are twins. Because that seems like a popular trope. They are very annoying. They look dumb too, but as their creator, I have no one to blame but myself for that. The eyes fight together, because obviously twins can never be independent. Their joint attack includes rapid slashing from their brow blades and a paralyzing beam emitted from their pupils, stopping the enemy in its tracks and making them the backbone of the team's defense. Fun fact, left eye, so on the right, is slightly taller than their twin, and that goes for constant bickering. Very annoying. So these are the 4 members of our superhero team. Something I should mention, these are not humans. Like, they're not people in costumes. This is who they are. In fact, because of the fleshy color tones and the infinite possibilities of spandex, I'm not sure they are in costume. They might be fighting bare-skinned. Who knows? Not me, that's for sure. Sketching this was really fun, but it was kinda hard, not gonna lie. I really liked the concept, and I wanted to give it justice, but it implied drawing 4 complete characters interacting with each other. The pose also had to be dynamic enough to qualify as a superhero pose. For contrast and variety, nose and mouth are mostly symmetrical, but the eyes, as the shitty annoying twins of the group, have to make slightly different poses. I was gonna ink this drawing, giving it proper line art, but my line art style often turns things a bit too stiff and less natural. I really have to work on that. To keep the organic feel and the gesture of the pose, I left the sketch as it is, simply painting underneath it. For the technical part of the process, if you yourself have not settled on a particular workflow you're comfortable with, here's how I did it. Below the sketch, I made a layer for each element of the picture, so for each character. On these layers, I painted whatever was inside the sketch for this character. That's called flats. I picked a basic flesh tone and filled the void without opacity variation or fancy brush. By doing that, I make sure I have a reference layer on which I can add clipping masks, allowing me to freely paint each character without going outside the lines, or accidentally painting the character next to it. Why is that important? Because to paint faces and fleshy bodies in general, I like to use large soft round brushes. The shading I do involve massive strokes that blend together. I start with darker painting, so from the base flesh tone I move slightly darker, but also more red and more saturated. Quick tip, while shading, don't just shift the value of your color, you also need to shift hue and saturation. For skin, it's best to shift hue into warmer tones, unless your light source specifically means doing otherwise. Here, the light is mostly natural white light, I assume, so I'm going slightly redder. I make a few passes with darker and darker tones, again with a large soft round brush. I lowered the opacity to have more blending between the various layers. After I'm done with the shading, I move on to lighting. I always do it in that order, darker first and lighter afterwards. With a touch of white, I added a reflection on the side where my light comes from. This is the process I use to shade and color each of these 4 face elements. I hope it's somewhat useful to you. All in all, this wasn't that fun of a painting to make, if I'm being honest. I had a better vision in my head than what it turned out to be, but I still like it. The main point was that I had this banger idea that I wanted to share with the world. Most of my drawings are like this. I'll be the first to admit that, although I do have drawing skills, obviously, I'm not the best artist. What I'm good at is coming up with really cool and original ideas, and their backstory. If I had to restrict my talent to just one thing, I would say it's world building. It's storytelling. While drawing, I probably had more fun thinking of who these weird alien monsters were than drawing in and of itself. And that's okay. That will be it for this video. Tell me in the comments what their collective name should be as a superhero team. Subscribe for videos with more random ideas in the future, and don't forget to check out my Instagram and my Twitter. I do commission work, so if you're interested, hit me up on these platforms. I'm Detroit, and this has been the worst superhero team in history. Bye!